20 years old and I'm Kurdish from Syria. I've been in the UK for 7 years. I'm currently studying law at the University of Westminster, and despite my future still being uncertain. I sought sanctuary here in the UK with my mum and my sister, after escaping persecution in Syria, where as Kurds we are denied our right.
Okay, Lorraine, what did you think about going to Yarl today, and how did it affect what you think about the Sanctuary Pledge campaign and the detention of children and families for immigration reasons?
As soon as I went in, I knew that how it's like to be detained, obviously, as having been there. Although I did notice that improvements in the conditions, because I was there about 4 years ago, it was a lot worse. I think not much attention was given to kids. And I remember when one of the people in charge came and asking me about what improvements could be made, and I actually gave him suggestions. So I'm hoping that those suggestions help towards what they have now. But although the facilities and things were better, it's still the same trauma, it's still the same feeling, it's still being detained, it's not any difference. It's still, you are still being locked up and denied your freedom.
Was there any cases that stood out for you today?
I think definitely seeing the young children so excited about the Easter eggs was really nice. But what I noticed is that although people were accepting to say that the conditions were good, they didn't want to be there, and I don't think they should have been there. And it made me sort of sad and more passionate.
Okay. Barbara and Lumu, let's introduce yourself.
My name is Barbara Nalumu, and I come from the Ugandan community. I work with South London citizens, and I support the Sanctuary Pledge because there is no child who is supposed to be detained. Britain is known to be the head in taking care of children, and so with that I think that we need to make a point to the politicians that it should really come to an end, detaining children.
And what did you take from today? What kind of experience did you have today, and how is that going to stick with you on this campaign?
After seeing the families in there today, I know that we need to support the Sanctuary Pledge because children in there were so unhappy, traumatized, and it is wrong.
What about the little boy from Congo?
When I spoke to a young boy who was 12 years of age, he actually explained to me that it was so wrong being held in there, and he wanted to go back to Congo after all the experience that he had, and he never ever want to go back home where he came from in Birmingham. He would rather go back to Congo, which was sad and a terrible thing to hear regarding our Britain today.
Andrew Davey, I work for the Archbishop's Council of the Church of England. We've been involved in the Citizens for Sanctuary campaign since the summer. The issue of children in detention has been a key part of our involvement in that campaign, because we believe that children held in detention has an adverse effect on their development, as well as being unnecessary in the process. I think what we've seen this morning has been a reminder of just the impact that detention has on children and their families, the frustration, the despair, as well as the anger it has created in us, that we must find some alternatives to this through our politicians as well as our community activists.
I'm a Baptist minister in East London, and I've been very much involved in the negotiations with the UK Borders Agency over the last year. I think my particular concern today, having just visited the centre in Bedford, is that when it comes to the detention of children, this seems to be much more an administrative exercise, whereas the reason that seems to be given a lot of the time is that there's the fear that families will abscond. And my experience today is suggesting that they don't abscond, that they regularly report in as they're instructed to. So I am very much committed to the Sanctuary Pledge, and I hope the UKBA will take this on board.